Greetings everyone, my name is Penniless. The games Hearthstone, Warcraft, and World of Warcraft all share a universe with in-depth lore and history. In this video series, I will explore aspects of this history, detailing the multiple stories, characters, and cultures that this world possesses. This is Lore of Warcraft. With this being a fantasy world, we have the luxury of knowing which gods are real. Sorry, Jesus. However, the term god is used rather loosely in Warcraft, and can describe anything from a weak Loa chicken spirit to Sargeras, the Lord of the Burning Legion, who has been known to cut planets in half for fun. So the term god basically describes a being who is immortal, which in this world is a pretty open doorway. A guy who works out really hard, then undergoes a special ritual to make him stop aging is, for all intents and purposes, a god in this world. So the real question we have is, which gods are the big important ones that created life, the universe, and everything, and which can be written off as somewhat unimportant? To answer this, we can sort these beings into a three-tiered hierarchy. The top of this pyramid is what I'll call the creators, composed of two beings, the light and the void. These two aren't gods per se, they are more akin to the Force from Star Wars. They are collections of energy that have existed since time immemorial that, quite notably, don't get along. After battling for nobody knows how long, eventually a clash occurred that brought about all of reality, which was named the Great Dark Beyond. But honestly, that's just a flowery name given to what we call space, so I'll just keep calling it space from now on. However, the light and the void are unable to enter the universe, and can only affect it with the help of magic from mortals. Well, mostly. There are fragments of the light known as Naaru that wander the universe, but they fittingly don't do much. At best, they usually just tell other people how to save the world rather than do it themselves. The Void seems to have a similar relationship with a species called Voidwalkers, which are called demons but aren't actually demons, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Other than those edge cases, the Light and the Void must settle on channeling their power to the beings of this primordial universe. Unfortunately, there aren't too many of those yet. We have elementals, which for the most part are too stupid to organize religion, and a species known as Titans, which compose the second level of our gods' hierarchy. The reason Titans get their own tier on our chart is that they obviously aren't the creators of the universe, but to classify them with the rest of this world's gods would be doing them a disservice. Y'Shaarj is a being known as an old god, and spoiler alert, a Titan eventually kills him like a human might kill a flea. No effort needed whatsoever. The life cycle of Titans is an interesting one. They all begin as world souls, existing in a dormant state as they consume spirit energy around them, before they eventually hatch. The first Titan to hatch was known as Amon Thul, who then went out into the universe to find his siblings, nurture them, and then lovingly witness their births. These other Titans include the likes of Eonard, Norgannon, Golganneth, Khaz'goroth, Agramar, and Sargeras. Yes, that's Sargeras. Anyways, these Titans were all the best of friends, so they came together to form a super club known as the Pantheon, with Amon Thul as the obvious leader. Their objective? Find more world souls to allow as many Titans to be hatched as possible. Of course, there was a small problem with that. These Titans were so powerful that if they weren't careful, they could easily damage a planet, and possibly the fetus god inside of it. Meanwhile, life began to develop across the universe, such as the Eredar on the planet Argus. The Pantheon, seeing that these smaller species were less likely to destroy the planets they lived on, decided to work with these peoples in an interdependent relationship. The mortals would care for the world souls inhabiting their planets, and the gods would keep the mortals safe from demons. Wait, demons? Yes, demons! It turns out that when the Light and the Void created the universe, they also created a second universe known as the Twisting Nether. This is the homeland of all demons, who crave violence, cannot die, and all around just kinda suck. So when they began creating portals to invade other worlds, the Pantheon needed to come up with a solution. Alright guys, who wants to combat the demons and drive them back to their own worlds? Ooh, me! Pick me, Amon! Me! Sargeras, why are you so eager to spearhead this war? I love killing things! Well, that's not concerning whatsoever. Go get 'em, buddy! So Sargeras spent millennia taking care of the demons, with a little bit of help from Agramar, and generally did a pretty good job at it. Getting desperate, the demons started praying to the light. Nope! So the demons started praying to the void, who honestly aren't big fans of existence in general. To that end, the void answered the demons' prayers by creating the Shath Yar, otherwise known as the Old Gods. Dozens or hundreds or thousands of these old gods were sent into the universe, with the goal of finding a world soul, burrowing into it, and corrupting it into a dark titan, which would then destroy the universe, allowing the void to finally have some peace and quiet. Sargeras, on his quest to imprison all of the demons, was the first to come across these old gods, finding them thoroughly infesting a young and helpless World Soul planet. After talking to / interrogating some local dreadlords to find out what was going on, the Titan elected to cleave the pregnant planet in two, and went back to the Pantheon with his head held high in pride. However, when a species has a total population of 7, abortion is generally frowned upon, so the Pantheon shunned this super god quite hard. Somewhat pissed off that nobody could understand his totally rational decision-making, Sargeras left the Pantheon to go into the deep reaches of space. And they never saw him again. Just kidding, a few centuries later he comes back and kills them all, but we'll get to that in time. Anyways, this left Agramar as the main wanderer of the universe, fighting demons and going where no Titan had gone before. This continued until one day he returned to the Pantheon and Amon Thul. Hey, I got good news and bad news. The good news is I managed to find another World Soul, and this one seems really powerful. If we wait until she hatches, she may even be able to destroy all of the old gods and bring greatness to all of Titan kinds. Great, so what's the bad news? Well, the planet is covered in old gods and the soul might get corrupted any day now and bring doom to us all. We should probably fix that. Yeah, that's my bad. I should have led with the bad news. So the Pantheon all ran over to this new world, in part because they wanted a new friend, and in part because they didn't all want to die. Collecting themselves and examining the situation, they started to come up with a plan. Hold on, don't you think we should give this new baby Titan a name? We will be fighting for her life after all. A fair point, Aeonar. Let's call her Azeroth.